The sun is shining and we're shopping for bargains. Welcome to Aix-en-Provence in the gloriously sunny south of France. Now, if you were here on holiday, you would definitely pick up a souvenir or two. But don't just settle for that kiss-me-quick hat. Watch carefully to see how shopping overseas could actually pay for the holiday itself. Aix-en-Provence is a glorious place to come shopping. Professional dealers have been making a living for years by buying antiques in places like this to sell them back in the UK. In Aix, there is a monthly antiques market and plenty of small stalls to satisfy even the most avid antique buyers. We've brought two enthusiastic collectors to this fabulous location to compete with one another to see if they too can make a pretty penny by buying abroad. Each team kicks off with a kitty of £500, with which they have to buy at least 10 items. But they have to choose very carefully because once back home, they have to earn back that money by selling it to a very discerning British public. And whoever makes the most profit is the winner. Aix-en-Provence offers a great range of antique shops, but as I'm sure you know, posh shops are never cheap. What we're looking for is brocante, which is the French word for antiques and collectibles, and this is sold at the markets. Our teams have 2 serious days of shopping ahead of them, starting here at an antiques fair in the grounds of the Château de la Présidente on the outskirts of Aix-en-Provence. Our teams consist of a professional antique dealer and a very enthusiastic collector. And today we're bound to have some sibling rivalry, as our enthusiasts are sisters-in-law. Team 1 consists of antique lover Shantelle and professional dealer Darren Hudson. Shantelle is from South London. She adores all things Art Deco and used to have a market stall selling small collectibles.
Buy more, buy more.
Now she works as an office manager, but still keeps an eye out for interesting pieces to decorate her home.
Oh, bonjour. No one there.
Helping Shantelle select some profitable pieces is Darren Hudson. He's been a professional dealer for 13 years, specialising in French antiques. He particularly likes decorative items and unusual furniture. In Team 2 is Chantelle's sister-in-law Ayse and professional dealer Mark Franks. Ayse is a car boot sale junkie and has even been known to raid a few skips for pieces to sell at her next boot sale. She has a keen eye for the saleable item and, like Shantelle, loves pieces from the 20s and 30s. Guiding Ayse is Mark Franks. Mark is an experienced dealer with a successful antiques business in South London, which he runs with his brother. His passion for antiques is a result of growing up in a house full of them, and his bartering skills are second to none. Time for our contestants to get to work. Good morning, teams.
Morning.
This is it, the moment we've been waiting for, shopping time.
Yay.
Chantelle and Darren, you know what's in here, Chantelle.
I certainly do.
It's £500 worth of euros in there for you to go shopping.
Fantastic.
But I want to see it all back later on when we come to all of it, plus a lot more. So, Darren, hold her back.
Not a problem.
Because I can see from this girl, she's just going to go off, spend.
Oh, yes, but all on good things.
Great. We're in a fabulous place. We don't know what's here, but I'm sure there's a lot for you.
Great.
And Ayse and Mark, the same for you.
Thank
he
you.
runs off with it.
Thank
Get
you.
it back there, Ayse. Now, I want to see all this money earned, Ayse, well spent and back when we get back to the UK.
Don't worry.
Plus a lot more.
Of course.
All right?
Not a problem.
Take advice from this expert here, and I
Okay.
wish you the same. Good luck, good fortune, and enjoy the day.
We
See you
will.
later. Now, this is how it works. Both teams must buy at least 10 items to take back to the UK. Once back home, they have to sell all their items at an antiques market, and the team which makes the most profit will be declared the winner. Oh, there's some nice bits here, look.
Like these?
Yeah, do you know what these are for?
No.
Curtain tie bags. So you put them on the wall, and you stick the curtains behind it, and bosh.
Oh, these are nice. What about these?
They're lovely, aren't they? They're oil measures. So market traders would have them for you to purchase your soya oil or your olive oil and all that kind of thing.
Right, keep in mind, decorative things, OK? We're in the south of France, think decorative.
OK.
That's what they want.
The interesting thing about these is that they have little weights and measures stamp on them here, which is to stop the market traders shortchanging anybody. So it's quite nice to have these on, because if they don't have those on, they're just kind of examples that they used to use in schools.
Anything grab your fancy?
Quite like that fan.
Yeah, it's
quite nice.
1930s, 40s, it's Bakelite, the early plastic. Should be electrically tested to make sure it's got a proper earth on it, and this hasn't.
OK.
Avoid it.
This one was marked, and I think she's trying to get £80 for the set.
Oof, no.
It's an asking price. It's a starting price.
Ooh, well, I'd say 40.
You say 40.
40's
Hard
good.
woman.
40.
While Ayse and Mark continue browsing, Shantelle and Darren are boldly making their first purchase.
Combien?
88 euros.
88.
Woo, £60 sounds like quite a lot to me.
65.
70.
70. D'accord. 22. That's 50.
Oh, lovely. Merci.
Well, even for £50, they're going to have to find a buyer with deep pockets.
Bring me my drink.
So, no time for our teams to relax or admire themselves. If you fancy heading to Aix to find your own collectibles, it's really very easy to get
Maybe
to.
if we bought the two.
Aix-en-Provence is in the heart of the south of France, 125 miles west of Nice. There are 25 flights to Nice every day from different parts of the UK, and if you book early enough, a return flight can cost as little as £35. Or, if you're serious about shopping, come down here with your car and load it up. Around the city centre, the architecture is breathtaking, and history is carved into every doorway. The first thing you notice about Aix is the beautiful Provençal sandstone, and the second thing you notice are the fountains. Our contestants won't be buying anything quite like this. The spectacular 19th century La Rotonde fountain in black and white marble is almost worth the journey itself. Fountains are an important feature in Aix. In fact, the very name Aix derives from the Latin word aqua, meaning water. And the reason the Romans settled here is because of the 4 natural springs dotted around the city. As you wander around Aix, you see dozens of fountains celebrating this, the city of water. I particularly love this fountain in the Quartier Mazarin, which was originally the aristocratic area of town. It's a beautiful Baroque work of art featuring 4 dolphins. There are plenty of chances to cool off in the fountains of Aix, but amongst the market stalls, our contestants are beginning to sweat over their purchases.
What have we spotted here? What do you like?
Don't like that.
No, too
absolutely
cute.
naff. These are quite cute. I like these.
These are lovely. These are go ball. The mark on the bottom there, it's got a little bumblebee within a V. Go ball, German, matching pair. They're saleable, collectible.
I like these.
Yeah?
Yep,
Right, hold on
definitely
to
like
those.
these.
We'll have a look round. Come on, let's have
Okay.
a look what else.
Time for a little break.
Tea, madam? I think so.
Ah, charming.
Cheers.
No time for tea, get back to work. This is the Cours Mirabeau, a splendid tree-lined avenue in Aix. At the end of the cour is this majestic old boy, Good King René of Anjou, an archetypal Renaissance man famed for his love of wine. I wonder what he'd make of modern Aix. Just off this main thoroughfare are hundreds of little side streets, just stuffed with great shops and interesting sights. And the best way to see these is on foot. Follow me. North of Cours Mirabeau lies Vieux Aix, a well-preserved maze of streets where elegant squares and smart mansions alternate with more secretive winding streets. If you're on the lookout for bargains or even just a good meal, this is a great place to come. And these are just the streets for me to start my search for a prize for the winner of today's show. there are plenty of stores selling smart glassware or fine antiques, all of them pretty pricey. Ah, this looks more like what I'm after. Once you've decided what you want from those smart shops out there, try and find a dealer who's rather off the beaten track like this. But you know, just because it's all a bit ramshackle doesn't mean to say it's cheap. And in fact, what you have to do is haggle. Never accept the first price. Haggle a bit more and a bit more. And if you can't reach an amicable price, then you've just got to be prepared to walk away. Now, our teams aren't doing much haggling. In fact, they're doing almost no buying at all. Stop looking at yourselves. You need to start dipping into those money belts.
Oh, I like these chairs.
And they're comfortable.
Very nice. Look very nice in somebody's garden.
Yes, set of 4, a little bit rustic, I like that. Very saleable. We've got to climb it.
Yep.
In the UK, these will make serious dough.
Well, Aisha's making some progress, but has Shantelle scented any good deals?
I mean, they're lovely things. They're beautiful on a dressing table. They're not hugely old, but I mean, you're buying these because you like them. You're buying these as a dressing.
I'm buying them to flog them.
You're buying them because you like them, and if you like them, someone else will
Someone's
like them.
going to like. I will make someone like these. They will love them.
And that's a good mantra for our contestants. If you like it, chances are someone will buy it back in the UK. I found something I like, but I can't take it home. Above me here is an amazing piece of graphic art from about 1900, and it's an advertisement for shoe polish. There are 1 or 2 of these wonderfully well-preserved things all over Aix. Now, what I'd love our contestants to do is find smaller poster-size advertisements on board, on wood, on tin. Very chic because they're French and very collectible back home. So, what are our contestants collecting back at the market?
They will love them.
So they're looking for like £60 for the lot. I think you can trim that down a little bit, don't you?
40, 50?
I think if we can aim for 40, 50, yeah, I think we'll be doing quite well.
I feel my person.
£28 is a great deal for those bottles. What other items have caught our experts' eyes?
Armour. What does it mean, armour? Well, the origins of armour is an armoury cupboard. So a cupboard to put your armour in, OK? Now, we call these wardrobes, but isn't it lovely? Look at the detail. Pegged joints. Days before they had glue, they used to make the joints, they'd interlock, and a peg would keep them in place. Isn't it beautiful? Take a note of these hinges. I like those a lot. Now, this, in a shop in London, with a fancy tassel on it, would look fantastic. I can buy this for £1,000. If I get it on the plane, I'll take it home with me. This will double its money in London. One thing you've got to watch out for, though, get down here. Get on your hands and knees and have a look. The feet. Now, quite often, this will be on a stone floor and washed with an old mop. These feet do rot, but these are absolutely solid. What a cracking piece of furniture. 1850 to 1860. Oh, I want to take it home.
Shantelle, Darren,
Hi.
you're looking sore.
We certainly are. There's
There's a lot to see.
Absolutely.
Fantastic, isn't
Yeah,
it?
absolutely.
Isn't it amazing?
Anything in particular?
Lots of glass.
Glass.
Particularly blue.
That's her thing.
I just love blue.
Well,
Blue's
that's
good.
all right. Very saleable back
Oh,
home.
good.
She's got a good
good.
eye.
The good news is there's plenty of time to see, plenty of time to absorb even more stuff, and I'll catch up with you later on.
Okay.
Good.
All
See
right,
you.
bye.
Aisha, Mark, hey,
Hi.
how are you getting on?
Not
Yeah,
too
not
bad,
bad.
not
We're
too
getting
bad.
Anything caught your eye
A
yet?
few bits and pieces that I've,
Yeah.
you know, quite like.
How's
and
that looking?
The money's still there, waiting to see a
Still
real
there.
good bargain.
I'm not letting her waste it. We're going to have a good look round first.
Absolutely. Anything you've seen, Mark?
We'll have a look behind you. Look at that. Isn't that fantastic?
Beautiful.
Decorative. That's what we're going to aim for, is
Good.
decorators' pieces.
Yeah.
You know?
Unusual.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Interior designer pieces, you know.
Thing is, Mark, it's not a flat pack. Won't go in the trunk.
I'll squeeze
dear.
that in my case, don't you worry.
You think he's kidding?
We'll get it home.
All right, barter it down. Plenty of time left. See you later on.
Okay.
See you later.
Whilst the team start making some decisions about their purchases, I have a dilemma of my own. What prize do I buy? Not sure about this, though. This I like a lot. An asparagus dish, big asparagus dish. Sometimes they're really quite small and quite mean, but look at the size of this one. The thing is, it's not deco, it's traditional French, perhaps too traditional for our teams. Madame, c'est très joli.
Oui, c'est très joli. C'est du cristal. C'est
À
le
quel
meilleur
âge?
prix. 1950.
That is very tempting for today's prize. I might just buy that.
Now, I love these. I mean, would you just look at the colour of these chemist jars? These date about 1880, so they've got a good age, and they're in perfect condition. They've got their original lids, a little bit battered, but I like that. They've got good labels on them, and these would be in the shelf in the local pharmacy, and you could go in and get your herbs or spices and that kind of thing. Some of these actually had poison in them, so the one or two of these that have still got original contents, I'd be a little careful before having a sniff. There's 6 of these. Great to have, dress a bathroom, in a kitchen, they look wonderful. Any light shining through this blue is spectacular. This lady wants £100 each for these, which is not out the way. If I was buying them for home, then I'd snap them up. But we're here to make a profit, so I think Chantelle's going to have to pass up on these.
Ooh, these are lovely. Look at these.
What are they?
Right, OK. You'd put a bit of rope through there, drop it in the sea, and you'd put little baby oysters, you'd cement them in there. Now, that is great, isn't it? And they grow. So
Right.
they're cultivating oysters.
Uh-huh.
Aren't they lovely? You're not sold, are you?
Not sold on these, no.
OK, stop looking at them as oyster grain things. Look
Right.
at them as pieces of art. Look at the lovely wear on that and the consistent patterns through there. I think that's fantastic.
You really like them?
The interior designers are going to snap these up.
On your head be it.
I think this is going to be the stand where we find our bargain.
What?
And it's this mirrored frame here. I mean, frames fly out. They're really, really popular. Great wedding gifts. And this is a period one. This is like 1920s, 1930s.
Oh, lovely. That's me. Do you really
they-
think it will sell?
They're asking, yeah, £55 for it equivalent, which I don't think's bad, but I think we can get it a bit better.
We can beat that,
I
can't
think we
we?
can get it a bit better.
We can
Maximise
definitely
our
beat that.
profit.
Absolutely.
So I think we need to go talk money to them.
Let's buy.
Get your purse ready.
To make sure he's talking the same language, Darren's haggling with the use of a calculator. That's not necessary for a man with Mark Franks' fluency.
Bonjour, monsieur.
Bonjour.
Ça va?
Ça va?
Bonjour. Combien le 2, s'il vous plaît?
Eh ben, je vous fais 15 euros.
15. Just pour le 10.
Ah, ok. 10.
That's about 6 quid, so that's 6, 7 quid, that's good.
OK.
And le 4 chairs, s'il vous plaît?
Eh ben, les 4 chaises, je vous fais 50 euros.
50 euro, that's about 30 odd quid. That's not bad. 40?
Ouais.
Oh, merci.
ouais. Ça fait un
And
lot.
le toit avec oyster? I don't know how
Alors,
to
je
say
vous
that, I'm
fais
sorry.
80 euros. 80 euros.
80, that's quite a lot.
Too much.
80 euros is quite a lot. 60?
60. Bon, ok.
Mark makes it look oh so easy. And Darren successfully finishes his negotiating.
Well,
Well,
tell me the news.
good news, yours, 40 quid.
Yes, done.
Bargain.
Absolutely.
So our first day of shopping is drawing to an end. Those money belts have been lightened and decisions have been made. But there's one more decision remaining, today's prize. There are just so many great items to choose from. What is this? Absolutely wacky, off-the-wall, miniature, not quite miniature, but library steps made of iron, steel, wood. Too big for a doll's house, too small to be practical, just a one-off little oddity, very decorative. I just absolutely love it. Well, I think undoubtedly this is a star piece from this particular stand. Very, very Art Deco. Very stylish, a bit of damage around the rim, but look at the shape of that. You know, I think our contestants would love to have this. I know I would. But will it be today's prize?
What a gem. Look at this, isn't it lovely? Now, this would have been a hammock bed, and it's a folding one. You could take it home with you. But what I suggest is put a bit of glass on it, and you've got a lovely garden table. What a cracker.
My search for a prize is over. I've made my decision. It's this, a lovely cocktail shaker. It's in silver plate and crystal. It's from the 1950s. Great condition here in every possible way. Back in England, I'd expect to pay about £75 for this. Here, I've just negotiated it down to £55, and I'm really quite happy with that. I think it's a great prize. I would love to have it, and I think it's a wonderful piece for either of our contestants, whoever wins. So it's the end of day one, and time to cool off and check those money belts. Shantelle and Darren have spent £118 of their potential £500. Other interesting buys from today include a 1930s toy racing car and a delightful 1940s glass decanter set. Ayse and Mark spent a total of £130. They also snapped up 3 decorative pitchers and a very practical 1950s-style enamel teapot. Let's hope our teams find plenty of bargains tomorrow, or their stall back in the UK is going to look very sparse. Professional dealers hit the big city fairs at the crack of dawn to snap up the real money spinners. So for a fair chance of a bargain, you've got to head into the hills, and that's exactly what we're doing. For the second and final day of shopping, we're heading northeast of Aix to the picturesque village of Saint-Étienne-les-Aures. Today is the annual Foire de Brocante. It's a large fair in a small space, so it tends to take over. With over 100 stalls, it should give our teams the choice and variety they need to find their remaining purchases. But first, I'm going to give Shantelle and Ayse the chance to win extra spending power in a quiz about their shopping spree abroad. Hello teams, how are we feeling?
Good morning, I'm feeling
Not
great.
too bad, not too
Well
bad.
rested?
3 hours sleep and several bottles of wine later.
Fabulous. And you're still speaking to each other?
We are indeed.
Just
Not tearing each other's eyes out yet.
I think that'll come
later.
Well, we like some competition, but not too fierce. Well, here we are. Today's slightly different from yesterday. Yesterday was a wee bit posh, wasn't it?
This is definitely more me. I
Yeah.
feel we're going to have a
Great
good rummage around.
bargains.
Well, this is your opportunity to earn yet more money. Each question, and there are 3, are worth £15. So, here we go. Pick up your pads and your bits of chalk. First question. What is the name of the chateau we shopped at yesterday? Is it A, Chateau Neuf du Pape? Is it B, Chateau Briand? Or is it C, Chateau de la Présidente? Write down your answers, please. And the answer is number C. Show me your pads. Ayse, you have earned £15. Shantelle.
Hate
Chateau
you.
Briand.
I don't know.
Right, on we go. Rub off that. Question number 2, another £15. What is an armoire? Is it A, a chest of drawers? Is it B, a wardrobe? Or is it C, a table? Write down your answers. And the answer is B. Ayse, another £15. That makes you 30. Shantelle, 15 for you. Final question, and I will say this only once. What is the French word commonly used for antiques and collectibles? Is it A, bouffon, B, brocante, or C, brûlé? Write down your answers now. And it is B, brocante, B, brocante. Another £15 each. 45 to you, Ayse. 30 to you,
Not bad,
Shantelle.
not bad.
Well done, both of you. Right, here's the money.
Let's go spend.
Here we go. Spend it and spend it well. Slightly more there for you.
Thank
Ayse,
you.
don't spend it all at once. Don't go into the bar. Don't go into the bistro. Spend it on brocante.
Let's
Off
go.
we go. Get to it. Both contestants did well in the quiz, but the competition's not over yet. Today is their last chance to find some really profitable items. Then it's back to the UK to sell those things on at an antiques market. The contestant that earns the most money will be deemed the winner and take home the delightful cocktail shaker I bought earlier.
£3, my best. £3.
But it won't be easy. Our stall is on London's famous antiques market on Portobello Road, which attracts hundreds of professional dealers and discerning collectors who should have a good eye for a bargain.
Vraiment.
So today, Shantelle and Ayse must spend their money
I
wisely.
like having this expert. He's very good. I can see where your handiness comes in. Look at that.
€2.
2,
Yeah.
which is not
40.
Listen, if someone gives me £3 for it, mate, it might be the £3 that makes us win.
Okay.
I'm taking it. I'm
Fine.
taking it. I'm taking it.
Yeah.
a lot of good
Loads
stuff.
of bargains.
How are you getting
Hiya,
on?
not too bad, not too bad.
How did you get on yesterday?
Not too well. I thought the
No?
things there were a little bit pricey.
Yeah.
Better
Talking
here
about,
today.
we've
So what's your
well.
strategy?
One minute, let's get one thing straight. I thought we'd done well yesterday.
Well, we've
You're gonna
done
do
well,
better today.
but
betcha.
even better today.
So what are you going to do?
We're going to win the competition and we're going to go out there and get some real
That's
good
what I like.
bargains.
Yeah, plenty here. Go
Oh,
get
yeah.
them.
There's a lot of people here we're never going to see again in life, so it doesn't matter how hard you barter.
Right.
Because it doesn't matter.
Don't care.
You're with a
Yes.
tough negotiator. See you later.
Bye.
Say goodbye to the winners.
I'm delighted to see that Ayse and Shantelle have really thrown themselves into their task at today's busy market just outside Aix. Once they battle it out to find the best bargains, it's time for me to step back into the heart of Aix to show you a fascinating place to visit. This is the entrance to one of the region's most hidden treasures. A very unprepossessing entranceway, but just hidden behind here is one of Aix's most glorious buildings, the Pavillon Vendôme. Built in the 17th century, the Pavillon Vendôme is a breathtaking example of French Baroque architecture, built completely with local stone. However, as Aix is halfway between Paris and Rome, the architects were influenced by both the French and the Italian styles. The Pavillon was designed as a creative haven for artists and musicians, but it also had a role to play in an illicit affair. This man, the Duke of Vendôme, governor of Provence, commissioned the eponymous pavillon as a retreat for him and for his mistress, the Seigneur de Canet. She was regarded as the most beautiful woman in Provence at the time, and this building was her gilded cage. So this building was more than just a weekend retreat. The first thing you notice about this house is this very grand staircase. French architects attached a lot of importance to the staircase, so much so that one staircase could take up to 40% of the ground and first floor levels. Now, when we look at this very grand double staircase, it tells us a lot about the importance they put to this house, and it was all for show. The Pavillon boasts a stunning collection of antiques and paintings, all collected by its most recent owner to recreate the atmosphere as it would have been in the time of Louis XIV. I buy a lot of antique French mirrors, so it's not surprising I was drawn to this fabulous mirror here. Now, strangely enough, it didn't start off life like this. The original mirror ends here, and it's 18th century, but also of the period has been added to it the various decorations and the panelling from various pieces of church furniture and architecture, including these garlands here and the puttee and the plumes above. It is still original, and it's not at all unusual for that to have been done at that time. Now, because it is unique, it is also very expensive, and our teams would love to encounter something like this at the antique fairs, but they'd be very hard-pressed to buy it because at home, something like this would cost at least £10,000. Despite not having £10,000, I'm sure our teams have managed to uncover some traditional French items. Or maybe not.
I like it because it's got the US mail on it.
Yeah,
lot
that kind of appealed to
A lot
me.
of American things. Go for it. Not madly old, but collectible. Portobello market.
I don't know why I like it.
Yeah,
It just...
the guy wants like £14 for it, so...
I can't believe they've just bought a US mailbox. Whatever next?
Oh, look at this. This is so naff that I actually like it. What do you think?
It's green.
It's horrible, isn't it?
Yeah.
Et le dernier prix, s'il vous plaît? 6. Oh là là. C'est 6?
Moi, je vais vous payer, moi.
Oui?
Je vous le donne et je vous donne des sous.
C'est bon. He said he'd pay me.
To take it away.
Allez, 6, allez,
C'est bon. Give him some
C'est
money.
bon.
I like it.
Well, I'm mystified by Mark's taste, but his haggling skills are second to none.
45, madame. S'il vous plaît, 45. Oh, s'il vous plaît. S'il vous plaît. C'est bon. 60. S'il vous plaît. 60.
65, allez.
Oh.
But he's not the only one to drive a hard bargain.
Oh, please. Oh, yeah. Whatever someone says, I can't just agree on that price.
No, she did say 20, 25.
60.
Despite the hard bargaining, Shantelle remains polite to the end.
Merci beaucoup. Come. What about these? Sir?
OK, merci. Au revoir. Au revoir. Au revoir.
Money is changing hands, but does Shantelle know we're in France?
They're lovely, aren't they? They're brass, probably Indian, these. There's quite a lot of things coming out of the Indian market at the moment, and
I like them because I think you could put them either in the garden
Yeah.
or in the home. And with the light coming through from the candles, I think they're quite pretty.
yeah, no, I mean, cricket sticks are popular and candlesticks, but these aren't old, Shantelle. They're probably 10, 15 years old, if that. But they're quite gutsy pieces. They're marked 40 quid, so we can probably get them down on that a bit. And
Yeah, I quite like them because I
there's
think...
quite a lot for the money.
Let's buy them.
Let's see what we can do.
OK.
Still, £20, that's a great discount.
Oh, I quite like this.
What?
This little box.
You are having a bubble, aren't you?
No, it's quite nice. €5.
On your head be it.
Butter her down.
I will, don't worry. Madame, 3 euros, s'il vous plaît. Toi?
Toi?
At least you only had to pay £2 for it, Mark. But what would our experts be buying if money were no object?
Now, you wouldn't find one of these in your local gym, but 100 years ago you would. About 1900, 1910, people were starting to get a little bit more health conscious, a little bit more leisure time, and if you had a few quid, you'd want one of these in your own personal gym. Now, the dealer's asking £500 for this example, which I don't think's expensive, but it is our entire budget. So I think Chantelle's going to have to leave this on this occasion. So I'm going to have to enjoy it while I can.
I'm hidden on the back of this stall. It's not even in pride of place. What am I looking at? This. This is a card table and it's got what's called bullwork in it. A bullwork basically is inlaid brass. Now it's coming up there. In England, it costs you a lot of money to restore, but in France, it's not expensive to do. Now this is what happens, okay? You spin it round and open it up. There you are. And you'd sit there and play cards. Now, unfortunately, the condition isn't fantastic, but given that it's about 140 years old, I don't think it's too bad. If this was restored and in a shop in London, we're looking at kicking on £1,000. I can buy this for 250 quid here. A couple of £100 to restore it, and you've actually got a bargain. If I could get it on the plane, I'd be taking it home with me.
Now, if I was to mention buying 1970 street lights, you'd probably think I was a bit mad. But look at these. These are great. These are chrome, and in the right setting, these look really gutsy. Now, if you have an industrial apartment with big open spaces, these can look fantastic. The dealer wants £150 each for them. You make the decision.
No.
No, not here.
She's not the cheapest girl here, actually.
No.
I'm glad to see our teams are being a little more discerning about their purchases.
How much? 20 quid.
No, too much.
No, pretty, but no. No. There you
Make a
go.
quick decision, then.
I'm very quick. I know if I like it, I
Very
don't like
spur
it.
of
I
the
can see some
moment.
blue glass around the corner, but
Snap
what a happy
judgment.
bunch.
You like that? Family
They
portrait.
are the happy family, aren't they?
just?
Oh, what's this? This is quite unusual.
Oh, this is what they call trench art. This is an old artillery case from the war.
Yeah.
And it actually, you see, so it's been engraved, so these would have been all over the trenches.
Right.
And on the bottom, quite interestingly, September 1917, so First World War.
10 euros, I'm sure we can get
Not a
them
lot of
down.
money, is it?
Yeah, yeah.
Vous? Le dernier prix, s'il vous plaît? That means the best price.
You want to know my best price?
I do. I see. You speak English, Aldine?
Yeah, because my husband is Scottish.
Jimmy, what are you doing this?
So, 9, if you want.
Oh, it's not a very good discount, is it?
No, but it's a good price for this kind of object.
Yeah?
Yes.
7's
Quite
better.
good. No, I know the price is better, but the value is not correct.
Okay, we meet in the middle, 8.
Oh, yes.
Yes? Good.
You want it?
Merci.
There we are. Give the lady some money. I'll plonk it in the bag.
Okay.
With roughly £200 left in each team's money belt, it's lucky that there are still plenty of bargains to be had. Time is marching on, and it's time for our teams to spend, spend, spend.
Right, quick, Shantelle, because this is going to go quick.
Okay.
So pull this out, take it over here so not everybody can see it. Now, what do you think it is?
I have no idea. Pigeon trough?
A pigeon trough. No, what it is actually, it's typically French. It's a copper cooking pan for fish. So this would go on top of the stove and you get a lovely long fish in there and the water will be boiling on, with the heat underneath. It's not going to be used for that these days. It's going to be used as a planter.
Planter, yeah.
But it's really nice, got a little label on it.
Oh, yeah, that's nice.
I think it's going to sell quickly, so I think we need to
I'm
make
not
a
so
decision on
sure, though. I've never seen... Are you sure?
this. I think this is going to be a good profit.
Guys, sorry to interrupt. Hate to do this, but it's 3 o'clock, which means we've got 2 hours left.
Right.
Carry on.
Right.
Yes, quickly.
Time's against us. Decision.
Let's get it.
Great. Let's go talk money.
OK.
Great price. That should make a pretty penny back home.
There's some nice stuff here, isn't there?
That mirror's nice. I like that.
Yeah, that's nice. In
Very
fact, I
nice.
like everything, don't you?
There's quite a lot of stuff, yeah, that I like.
I love that clock. It's a shame the dome's broken, but I'd be quite happy not to take the dome.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
gilt. Whether it works or not doesn't matter. It's a really decorative piece.
How old do you think it is?
Turn of the century, somewhere around there, 1910. It's lovely. It's really nice. I'll tell you what I like as well, this little fella here. And the reason I like that is because it's brass and someone will buy that to polish it up. Oh, them candlesticks are nice. They've got quite a nice sort of ethnic-y feel to them, don't you think?
Yeah, very
Should we
nice.
ask some prices?
Yeah, why not?
Monsieur, est-ce possible 150? No?
180, je bouge pas.
Oh, I don't know. What do you think?
How much is he saying?
120 quid. We'll get our money back on the clock. Shall we go for it or not?
120.
Mark, Aisha, time. It's 3 o'clock. Just finish the deal, okay? Whatever it is.
Done.
Deal. Wrap it.
Merci.
We'll leave the dome.
£126 does seem a lot for a snap decision, but they have picked up 4 items. I just hope they'll sell well back at Portobello, especially that clock.
Come on, let's see what we can find here.
Well, you're doing really well. You've bought lots of things.
Yes, I want lots and
We've not
lots.
spent too much money, so I think now's the time to be looking for something that, you know, to make a good big purchase, quite a bit of money. And, and I'd like to show you a few things on here.
What's this?
French newel post. Goes at the
what-
end of a
what's that?
banister, fits on there. Very collectible, lovely brass, late 19th century, early 20th century. Very smart. This one went up against the wall. Lovely. I know you like glass.
Yes.
Feel the weight.
Wow, that's substantial, isn't it?
It's substantial, it's collectible. And
How much?
I would be surprised if we get that for less than £150.
How much?
We're talking money. So bear that in mind, think about it, it's a great thing. Lamps, always good sellers, everybody needs lamps.
This?
This is very industrial. Table lamp can be mounted on a tripod and have it as a wall lamp. Not difficult to wire, looks great. This, very chrome, 50s, 60s, very in at the moment, looks great. People are crying out for these kind of lamps. And then over here, we have a more traditional late 19th century French lamp, about the same time as the Victorians were doing them in England, obviously over here in France. Slightly different design, but nice brass, nice kind of student table lamp, again for a desk, a little bit more classical, a little bit more period. And I think the thing to do with these is, time's running out, we need to get some more stock in, we need to spend our money. If we go for a job lot price, see what he'll give us for all 3 lamps, I think we could be onto a winner.
I hope Darren's advice turns out to be fruitful, as that's all their money's spent. With just 2 minutes to go, Ayse and Mark still have £20 burning a hole in their money belt.
Right, OK, that?
Yeah, it's decorative. What can
Yep.
we do?
Yep.
Pardon, madame, le prix, s'il vous plaît?
40 euros.
40. What you got left? Cherche your money.
30.
Try it. It's your last penny.
30? Merci.
Merci. Tout de suite, let's go. Come on.
Thank you.
Time's up. Our teams have had 2 days in the south of France to buy a minimum of 10 antiques or collectibles to sell at a UK market. Darren and Shantelle have bought a total of 17 items. I particularly like that 1960s chrome lamp. Quite pricey, but it should make a good profit. The US mailbox, even at £14, I'm not so sure about. Mark and Ayse have bought a total of 26 items. It'll be interesting to see if they make a profit on the oyster sticks. However, the garden chairs were a bargain and should fly off the stall back in the UK. Well, look at this lot. It's a trunk we've got to fill, not an ocean liner. Looks like you guys have been pretty busy.
We have.
Yes?
Yes. Run me around. I think I've lost 2 pounds. She's like a whirlwind everywhere, flying around.
Looks like you bought some lovely stuff, though.
We have.
Absolutely love
Shantelle,
it.
what's your favourite buy?
I like the US mailbox
Yeah.
and these two. I'm not quite sure what they are.
They look
Very
great. They look great. Ayse and Mark, you look pretty fit, though, after 2 days of work like this.
We haven't
Absolutely
stopped.
exhausting.
Ayse, what's your favourite buy?
My favourite buy is the stand.
So, do you think it's all going to sell at Portobello?
Of course.
Yeah? You think you're going to make money?
Lots of money.
Lots. I'm going to win.
Yeah, well,
guys.
hold it. Let's see. Well, time will tell us. Well, I've got the biggest roll of bubble wrap here in the world, so let's bubble it up, because it's time to fly.
Oh, I say. Look at this.
Look, I'm not guilty, right? This has nothing to do with me. This was her.
Oh, what, the sun was in your eyes, was it?
No, it's her choice. Now, look at that.
Look, see, we've done a green theme.
Isn't that crap?
No, I prefer my green, actually.
It's gorgeous.
It's 1 week since our teams came back from France with their antiques to sell at West London's Portobello market. They have a great pitch on the main street, and believe me, it gets very busy. So they should have plenty of interest.
Morning, guys. Hi.
Just in time, we're going to split up the table.
Wow.
We're going to have one side, they're going to have the other. So come with me and let's talk tactics.
Okay.
Okay, this is our side. You can have that. Shantelle. It's like Christmas, isn't it?
Portobello Market is home to over 1,500 antique dealers selling every sort of antique imaginable. It is probably the biggest antiques market in the world. During the week, the shops are open in the side streets, but on Saturdays, the whole place is awash with antique dealers and thousands of people looking for bargains. Teams, the stand looks fantastic. Any squabbling here this morning?
Not so far. Not too much. They did try to take a little bit of space. But
Yeah, give it time. There'll be a bit
we're
more.
soon on to that. Definitely.
Absolutely. Listen, I'm the man with the rules, as always, and the only rule today is I want you to earn back all that 500 quid I gave you back in France.
Was it 500?
It was, and I want it back in here. That wasn't a free holiday, Ayse.
So we have to work for it then?
Absolutely.
Oh, dear. What a
So
shame.
there's your bag. Chantal, there's your bag.
Thank you.
Fill them, fill them, fill them. There's
Let's
a lot
sell.
here to do. And at the end of the day, I'm going to be counting these bags from you both. And whoever gets the most profit, remember, will be the winner of this fantastic cocktail shaker. I bought this with you two girls in mind.
Obviously.
Because I know it's going to be very well used, right? Excellent.
think so.
Well, you've got a great day ahead, I hope.
I'm looking forward
Good
to it.
luck, and I'll catch up with you later. It's early Saturday morning, but already there are hundreds of people at the market, and it looks like Chantal wants every single one of them to buy something from her.
Come and have a look. Come and have a look. Have a look. There's something for everyone on this stall.
Actually, look like...
Come. Yes, you. Come and have a look. You like
10 out of 10 for effort.
Yeah. All the way from France. Very special. Very, very special.
I know.
French racing car.
It's turning into an absolute scorcher on Portobello and feels even hotter than in the south of France. But that's not putting off the crowds, and amazingly, it looks like someone's interested in Ayse's oyster sticks.
What's your sticks?
They're £30 each. I'll do a price on the 3.
Gorgeous, yeah, really nice.
I'll do you 70 quid on the 3.
Beautiful, isn't it?
I do like them.
What would you
60
use them
quid.
for?
Okay, done.
Excellent. Thank you very much. How do they tell?
So I'm going to have to take my words now,
You
aren't I?
are, aren't you?
Having paid £43 for the oyster sticks in France, that's a clear £17 profit for Ayse and Mark. A great start to the day.
Hello, sir. You want to come and have a look? Come a bit closer. Come closer. Stop there, lady. Come and have a look. This stall's very good stall. Good prices.
Chantelle, my love, you're scaring the customers away, and Ayse and Mark are cashing in.
How old is it?
I'd say it's about 50, 60 years old. It's from France. We bought it in the south of France. But look how decorative it is. Can you imagine it on top of a dresser?
And how do you make it so that it holds flowers?
Well, you can just put a little bit of filling paste in it like you use on motor vehicles. But over that, I'll put a little liner in it, a little plastic liner.
I'll put a plastic
But I'll tell you
bottle.
what, if you're interested in it, there's one there, this one here, and this pretty little one. Just imagine that up on a dresser. Do you want a price on the 3 items?
Okay.
I'll give you 50 quid. It's the best price on the 3. That should be 28, that should be 20, and that should be 25.
Very
Good price.
deal.
Okay, I think that's a good price.
Excellent.
Excellent.
Thank you. In California, I would pay probably for all 3 of these about $200 or $250. So yeah, I just paid about $85 for all 3. It's an excellent price.
I told you there's good prices at this stall.
face,
No one's
good
believed me.
price.
Come along. These ladies just like...
£3 a piece.
Yeah, go on. Look, there's 2. Yeah. Thank you.
At last, Chantelle makes a sale. But that's a tiny profit. She needs to really start selling more or she'll be left behind. While the teams are busy selling their French booty, I'm going to check out the competition and see what other continental collectibles are on offer here at Portobello. Not a lot of French silver, or indeed French items here on Portobello Road, but I've just come across this nifty little piece here. What is it? Well, you know, in France, there are these asparagus dishes everywhere. Well, here are the tongs. Silver plate, not silver. How do we know that? Because of the markings. Now, English silver and French silver, very distinct markings indeed. French silver has the goddess sign, the Minerva, and silver plate like this, 2 very indistinct little marks here. And anyway, we can tell by the price. If these were silver, they'd be about £300. Here today in silver plate, 120. Very useful, very practical. And then another piece of French silver plate again here. Christoffel, a good name to look out for, world known. Silver plate again, £20, absolute snip, very useful basting spoon. Very typically, the French items I am finding here today are all to do with food. Surprise, surprise. Look at these lovely asparagus plates. They're by Sargamine. These are dated about 1880, 1890. We know that because the mark here is impressed. Later plates come with rather nasty writing on. So here are 2 and they're priced at £85 each. Very smart. So let's move on to the oyster course. Just look at these fabulous oyster dishes. These are again by Sargamine. It says so at the back there. These are slightly later, as you can see by the marking there, about 1900. These are priced at £85 and would grace any table. In fact, I'm getting very hungry. And just to help me along here, there's some oyster pickers. Very smart. Back at the stall, Ayse and Mark seem to be outselling Chantelle and Darren by a mile.
£10 for the lot.
Lots of bargains. Come in, sir.
For the lot. And you get a basket free.
Mark's finally lost his marbles.
Come.
There we are, £10 for the marbles.
Lovely. Come on, folks. Come and get your bargains here. Come, have a look at my stall. What can I say? Make me an offer. Very flexible, me. Flexible friends, that's me.
Chantal has only sold one item so far, and the boys have had enough of her feisty sales technique, scaring away customers. Time for a word.
Right. Now, I think what we need to do is stop shouting at the customers because you're actually putting them off because you're scaring. Yeah. Let them come over and talk. Hello, how are you? You know. But stop calling them over because you're scaring them. You're scaring me. Right? Remember one thing. This is not a fruit and veg store, right? And we are not roll up, darling. Come and get bananas. 5 for £1. We're not doing that, right? Okay. We're selling antiques.
Next, please.
I don't know what you mean, Mark.
You like? Who likes? You like this. Look at my car.
It's not working. You're scaring everyone. All right.
We got some good things here. You like them.
Okay.
You bought them, so other people will.
Right. Let's get on with it.
So we want some good sales now. We've had our pep talk.
Gently, easy.
Chantal heeds Mark's advice, and moments later the cash starts rolling in.
£25.
£25.
Good discount.
Okay.
Nice thing.
Yes, good price.
Where's it for? For home?
For my new home.
For your new home?
In Italy.
In Italy?
Oh, lovely, lovely.
Farm in Italy.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Enjoy.
Bye-bye.
£11 profit. I'm almost as surprised as Chantal is. That pep talk from the boys has clearly done the trick for Chantal. But is she smelling victory in her battle with Ayse?
I just love the colour of it. You have that as well?
Yeah, and what about this?
£5.
Yeah.
Yes! I love this woman.
It's all to play for.
Thank you. Thank you.
What do you like? I'll give you 45.
45.
Yeah, it's hard to come.
Oh, hard man. Go on then, 45. Shake on it.
Now, that's a small profit, but the teams are now even. I need a breather. Look at these for period pieces. The other thing the French are very well known for, of course, is their fashion. And look at these. It tells us exactly here, summer. Would you believe it, wearing a coat like this for a summer 1950 collection? So dapper. These are prints, probably taken from a fashion house. And here we've got more, 2 very happy gentlemen here, holding cigarettes, great ties, great clothes, very chic. I think I'll just have my tailor run them up. Well, that's me kitted out, but how are the teams shaping up? Teams, hello!
Hi.
Hi, Chris. How are you getting on?
Yeah, good.
Not bad. We're selling.
You're selling. A few things have moved.
Absolutely.
Oh, yes, I'm selling everything here.
What's the most surprising sale of the day, Ayse?
I think it was... Oh, God, now you've stumped me. I don't know what
The
to
marbles?
say.
They can't be the most surprising sale, haven't they?
You're happy with the marbles? Nice profit there?
Yes, not bad.
Fantastic.
Yeah. No, for us,
Darren, Chantal.
we're doing well actually. We're storming.
We sold a few bits.
Taking
What's the
some.
most amazing thing that you sold today?
We had an amazing profit on 3-cent bottles.
Oh, yes,
that
they went for a
Chantelle
good
sold.
price.
She gave them a price. They said yes, thank you very much, and away they went.
I love customers
didn't
like that.
even
I
know.
love
Do
customers.
it again.
I've even sold those, the lavenders, which is my
selling them.
decoration.
Now listen, there are 2 hours left. So now, what's the strategy to get rid of all this in 2 hours?
Reduce the prices.
Reduce the price.
Well done.
Sell it cheap.
Clearance sale. So, with our summer sale starting, Ayse and Mark are in the narrowest of leads, having sold £312 worth of goodies, and Chantal and Darren are on £304. But it's too close to call at this stage, as with the crowds thinning out, there are still some expensive purchases like the gilt clock and chrome lamp to find homes for. Mind you, the chairs have found a fan. Chantal has met her match in the haggling stakes and reluctantly sells the decanter set for a minuscule profit.
20. Show us the £20.
And there's another tough customer with his eye on the garden chairs.
Meet in the middle. 40 quid. I like it. 40 quid.
No.
Tenner each, just for nothing.
very good price.
To think about.
I'll give you £1 back, 39 quid.
30 would be my price.
It's no good. It's no good.
Okay. See you.
Adios.
Ayse knows the chairs have got to go and takes matters into her own hands. I'm amazed. I thought they'd be fighting the buyers off, not chasing after them.
There you are, sir. Thank you.
And you.
Just £2 profit. I hope they can do better on the clock.
£30.
That is such a bargain, you don't know.
That's a huge loss for Ayse and Mark and could really damage their chance of winning.
Have a good day. Bye.
Hello.
Come back for your
So I'm going to get them closed.
Oh, nice of you to have wrapped them for her.
How much is your wrap?
55.
Ooh, take 50.
£50 end of the day.
Go on.
Take it. Look how she's smiling. Get the bubble wrap.
Okay.
Sold.
Never mind fast food, we've got fast antiques and even our own drive-through.
Yeah.
£10.
Thank you very much.
It's not 4, it's 1.
Do your casserole.
It's a cooking pot.
There's not cracking it.
£5 then.
No, all right. 5.
It's £5.
There are just a few items left on the stall and the girls are determined to sell everything, even at a loss.
I am.
Oh, it's painful just watching. Only a few pounds separate the team's total at this stage, so every pound they earn is crucial.
Thank you, sir.
Well, so we're working as well.
It's as easy as that.
It's the end of the day and I'm amazed at how busy our teams have been. In just one day, they've made some cracking profits and some miserable losses. Ayse and Mark's best profit was £17 on the oyster sticks and their biggest loss was £56 on the gilt clock. Shantelle and Darren's best profit was £32 on the scent bottles and their biggest loss was £40 on the measuring jugs. So it's time to reveal today's winner. I can't believe you've done this. You've sold out.
Of course
A lot.
we have.
Not a thing left.
Everything. Not a thing.
Not a sausage.
How?
Well, that's our
Just
secret.
pure
you see.
talent, great sales.
It's a
gave it all
sales team,
away,
isn't it?
didn't you?
No.
Yes, you did.
Every item was sold.
Every-
Was it?
Yeah.
Like
Money
for
taken.
tuppence.
Yeah.
Well, I have to say, it's been a long, tough day. Even seasoned dealers in this market today have found it very tough. The heat, the time of year, you've been up against it. And look,
We've
done
done
very
it.
fantastic. Well, who's going to get this? I have to say, you've both made a bit of a loss. Ayse, Mark, you lost £29.
Oh, dear.
There
Chantelle,
we go.
Darren, you lost £24.
Yay!
So you're the winner.
Wow! I
Just
told
a
you.
slight loss.
Thank you.
I want you to use it and share it round, OK?
Fill it
It's
up.
been great fun. You've been
Well done.
fantastic. I can't believe this. Thanks for watching and join us again soon. Bye-bye.